Okay guys, so today I'm going to show you how to build an expert marketplace website like Freelancer, Fiverr or Upwork. So basically I'm going to show you how to build a complete multi-vendor service website with all the features you'll ever need, and most importantly how to monetize your website with commissions and payouts. So I'm going to show you all the necessary steps required for you to build such a website and start generating money from this platform. And as you will see, the results are truly phenomenal and your website will look absolutely fantastic and really professional as well. And this is very crucial, obviously, if you want to succeed online in order to build trust and credibility, your website has to look professional. But not only that, it also has to be user-friendly and easy to navigate. So basically your visitors need to find what they're looking for without too much hassle. And this is precisely what I'm going to show you today. How to create your own custom categories, attributes, and fields so that your visitors can narrow down their searches based on their own requirements. And as you will see by the end of this tutorial, you will end up with a website that is completely, fully customizable to fit your own personal needs. So very exciting indeed. All right, so are you ready? Perfect. So let's dive right into it. Okay guys, so for this project we're going to start with a fresh WordPress installation, and as you can see we don't have any plugins installed and we only have the 2020, the default theme installed as well. So let's have a quick look at what our website looks like at the minute. So again, this is the default 2020 theme that comes with WordPress, so nothing outstanding here obviously. So what we're going to do now, we're going to install our theme and all the extensions required for this project. And for this, we're going to use HivePress. So as you can see, this is their website here, and they specialize in marketplaces, directories, and classifieds. So I will leave a link in the description below as always. And they have beautiful themes and extensions. So as you can see, available on their website, you can create a listing hive, which is a property listing website like real estate. We have Expert Hive and Task Hive, which are the ones that we can use for our project here. So these are to create marketplaces like Freelancer, Upwork, and Fiverr. The only difference between those two is basically the layout, the design. And then we have Job Hive as well, if you wanted to create a job board website as well. Now let's go back to our two themes here. So Expert Hive and Task Hive. Now again, like mentioned, both of those themes share the exact same features. The only difference is basically how they look like, their appearance, the design. So let me open both of them and let me show you very quickly. Starting with Expert Hive. So as you can see, we have a nice hero section here, a call to action, our menu, and a search box right here, very easy to locate. And then if you scroll down, we have all the main categories right there. We have our top expert, followed by how it works, testimonials, recent posts, and then finally you can decide whether you want a job done or if you are an expert and you want to provide your services. Now let's go to Task Hive. This is basically the same layout, a different design, different appearance. So as you can see, we have our menu section on top with a call to action, a search box here as well in our hero section. And then if you scroll down again, we have the exact same sections. We have categories, we have our featured services, customer reviews or testimonials. We have our top freelancers, and get started. You can decide whether you want a task done or if you are a freelancer providing services. Now let's go back to our website here. So which one should you choose? Well, basically they're both the same price, $79, so it doesn't make much difference. You can select either this one or this one. It's just a matter of preferences and taste. Okay, so for the sake of our tutorial here, I'm just going to go with the very first one here, just because the first one in line, no preferences whatsoever. So let's open this and let's discover what's included with the theme. So basically, if you scroll down here, you can see that all these premium extensions are also included. So you get 6 premium extensions that are worth normally $39 each. So you get marketplace, request, tags, favorites, messages, and reviews. And you can also add a few free extensions if you want to. So if you click on this, as you can see, normally Marketplace is $39, Request $39. So all these, you get 6 of them for free included in the package. But all these ones as well, paid listing, claim listing, authentication, and so on, all these are free. So there's a few features here that you can use for free and add as well on your website. So let's go back to our theme. So if you want to go ahead with this, basically all you have to do is to click Buy Now. And as you can see, the cost is only $79, which is an extremely good value considering that this provides you with a lifetime single site license. So you won't have to renew it. It is yours forever after this, okay? And then you also get unlimited automatic updates. So basically for as long as you have this theme installed on your website, it will be updated automatically. And all you have to do now is just to purchase this theme and just click Buy Now and go through the checkout process. And now that you've purchased and downloaded your theme, you can go back to our WordPress dashboard and we can install it. So we're going to Appearance, Themes, click on Add New, and then Upload Theme. And from here, we're going to select the file that we just purchased. So click on this and go wherever it is on your hard drive where you downloaded it. And you might have export-hive.zip or maybe task-hive. So in our case, it is export-hive. Select this and click Open and then Install Now. And there you go. Now it is installed. Now we need to activate the theme. So let's click Activate. And just like that, our theme has been installed and activated. So as you can see here, this is our theme right there. Now we have a warning message here that says this theme recommends the following plugins. So we have to install a few plugins for this theme to work. So let's click on Begin Installing Plugins. And as you can see, these are all the plugins required for this project. And for this, we're going to bulk select all of them. So just tick this box here. And then in the action, select Install and click Apply. And now it's going to start installing all these 7 plugins for us. So there you go, already done. All installations have been completed. And now we need to activate them all. So let's return back to the plugin installer and let's bulk select them all once more. And the action, select Activate. And now click Apply. And that's it, all done already. Now for all our plugins and updates to take place, we'll have to refresh our dashboard. So as you can see, this is our menu at the moment. And if we go back to dashboard, now we have a few more tabs added to it. So we have HivePress, Listing, Vendors, Testimonials, and Request. And all these are part of our theme and necessary for us to configure our website. So let's go ahead with this now. Okay, so first let's have a look at our website. So this is what our website used to look like with the default theme. So let's refresh and see what it looks like now. There you go. Now you can see we have a new layout, a new theme applied to our website, but there is no content yet, so it's a bare shell at the moment. Okay, so what we are going to do now is to import the demo content on our website because it's always easier to work from an existing platform, something that's existing, and tweak it around and customize it to fit our own requirements rather than start everything from scratch. We save a lot of time by doing so. And for this, we go back to our dashboard and we are going to install an additional plugin. So we're going to Plugins, Add New. And right here in the search box, look for One-Click Demo Import. So this is the very first one here from OCDI and click Install Now. This is just going to take a few seconds to install. There you go. And then activate it. And now that our plugin is installed, we can go into Appearance and click on Import Demo Data. So click on this. And as you can see, this is all the demo content from Expert Hive website. So as you can see, it will import everything. So post, pages, images, and theme settings, etc., etc., which is the quickest and easiest way to set up your new theme. So for this, we're just going to click on Import Demo Data. Click on that. And you offered a few options here. We don't really need them. So click on Continue and Import. So there you go. It is installed. Now, as you can see, we have a message that says Import Complete. So at this stage, we can have a look at our website again. So this is what our website used to look like. So if we refresh very quickly, as you can see, now we have the full demo recreated on our own platform here. So as you can see, this is the exact same website as the demo, which is going to make our life much easier to tweak this around and make it our own. Okay, so let me show you how to configure and customize your website. So for this, we go back to our WordPress dashboard. And as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different tabs here. So we have HivePress, we have Listings, vendors, testimonials, and requests. So under Hivepress, so basically these are all the settings for our theme. So basically, as you can see here, you can define how many listings you want to display per page, how many featured listings you want to display per page, how many related listings you want to display per page, etc., etc. And this will apply also for reviews, vendors, users, messages, requests, and offers. So these all together are our main settings. And then we have all that's related to content. Basically, we have listing, vendors, testimonials, and requests. So if you go into listings, as you can see, these are all our listings that will be displayed on our website. And then we have all the features and options that will allow us to filter the content by categories, tags, and attributes. So let me show you from the front end very quickly. So if you go into services, this is basically the content, all our listing. And as you can see, we have all categories here, which is basically the same as here. So if you click on categories, these are all the categories we created. And it's the same here in the front end. And you can narrow down your searches by ticking on any of those boxes. And then we have tags as well. And we have attributes. As you can see, we have warranty, availability, and hourly rate. And it's the same here. So basically we have tags, hourly rate, availability, and warranty. And this is an amazing feature because basically you can create any type of attributes you want, any tags and any categories, and have it represented directly here in the front end and allowing your customers to filter and narrow down their searches based on those criteria. Now, as you can see, this is very handy indeed, very simple to use as well. Now, if you go back here, you can do the same with your vendors as well. So if you click on vendors, you have all the list of your vendors here, and you also have attributes. So let me click on this. You can see experience, availability, and hourly rate. If you go in the front end and click on exports, this will allow your visitors to filter the content as well based on those attributes. So as you can see, if hourly rate, availability, and experience right here, exactly the same as you have it here. So you can create as many attributes, custom attributes as you wish, and have them right here in the front end, helping your customers to filter the content based on their own requirements. So this is an amazing feature, as you can see. And the exact same principle applies to request. As you can see, we can create our own custom attributes here. So at the moment we have time range, budget, and due date. So let's go into the front end. Let's click on request. And as you can see, we can filter down every of the content, all our content here based on budget, due date, and time range, which are exactly what we have here. So you can create as many custom attributes as you want for those sections and have a personalized, customized website based on your own personal requirements. Okay, so let's get started. So let's go back to our homepage. And the first thing we can do is to take care of our different categories here. As you can see, of handyman, gardening, renovation, cleaning, etc. So based on the type of project you're looking to build here, you might want to change this around and give them different descriptions, etc., etc. So for this is our first step. We go back here to our backend, click on listing, and we go into categories. So these are all the categories. As you can see, we have handyman here, photography, and gardening. So handyman, gardening, and photography. So they all here. We have 8 sections here. And from here, you have the choice among 3 different options. You can either edit, you can delete, or you can create a new one. So depending on your own personal requirement, feel free to use any of those methods. So I'm just going to show you here how to change one first. So click on the title itself. So if you want to change this category and change the name, you can edit this, basically put anything you want. So for instance, web design, and you do the same with the slug. So what's a slug? So let me show you in the front end. If you click on babysitting and go into this category itself, you will see at the end of the address, it will say babysitting. So this is basically what it is. It will help your visitors and also for SEO purposes. So maybe you could put web design just like this, and you can also add a description. So let's replace this with something else. Maybe you could say something like web design and web development projects, including coding and programming jobs. And as you can see, we have an icon. You can select an icon here, custom icon, So let's say code. And there you go, maybe coding here, just like this. This would be fine. And just click update. Now we can go back to our categories. And as you can see, we now have web design as part of our services. So if you go back to our homepage and refresh quickly, As you can see, if we scroll down, we now have web design as part of our different categories. Now let's go back to our categories here. Again, as I said, you can edit. So this is what we did, but you can also delete. So if you don't want one of those categories, just click delete and it will delete it automatically. Or you can add a new one as well. And for this, to create a new category, just insert the name. So let's say video editing. You can add a slug. If you don't, it will create it automatically using those two words. So this will be done automatically. If you want a personalized one, you can just type it there. So do you have a parent category? So at the moment, these are main categories, as you can see, with web design, renovation, photography, etc. Maybe you want this to be a subcategory to a main category. So this is really up to you. So we're going to put our description here. So this could be anything really, you know, a short sentence. And let's look for an icon. So maybe let's look for video and select a file. So maybe this one will be just about perfect. And then click add category. So as you can see, we now have a new category added to our list here, which is video editing, which is right there. So let's go back to our homepage. Let's refresh. And as you can see, it is now displaying on our homepage. And this is basically how you can manage your categories. So this is the basic foundation of your website. You have to start with categories, obviously, you know. And then we have our tags. So what are tags? Tags are small keywords that people can look for related to different subjects and different type of content. So they might be looking for, let's say, babysitting, beauty care, cleaning, etc. So these are keywords basically you might want to implement on your website to help your visitors narrow down their searches. So it's the same principle here. You can either edit and change the content, or you can create a new one by typing the name here and click add, or you can delete if you don't need them. So let me show you exactly what it does, you know. So let's say we go back to categories and we have web design. So web design, this is the main category. So this is a generic term that encompasses everything. But in tags, you can narrow this down by section, maybe HTML, PHP, hosting, programming, coding. So basically, this will allow your visitors to narrow down their searches, not only by categories, but also by subjects. And then we have our attributes. So as you can see at the moment, we have warranty, availability, and hourly rate. So if we go back to our front end here, if we click on the category itself, as you can see by the side, we have all these attributes here. So hourly rate, availability, and warranty. So this will help us to narrow down the searches as well. So how can you change this or add some? So very simply, you can either click on one of them and edit. So let's select our hourly rate, for instance. So let's edit this. And from here, we can configure everything about this attribute. So basically, as you can see here, do you want it to be editable? So in the front end, yes or no, in which is the case, just tick this. And you want it to make it mandatory. Is this field required? If this is the case, tick this as well. So as you can see, you can enter the type of fields that you want. So this is a number because obviously hourly rate is a monetary value. So it has to be a number, but you can select among different options. As you can see, you have radio buttons, select, text area, URL. You can even attach a file if you wanted to upload a file. You have checkbox, date, email, and embed. So a large selection of different options here, obviously, you know, so very customizable as well. And the most important part here is the search feature here, right here. So do you want this item to be searchable? And if this is the case, you can select if you want it to be filterable and sortable as well. So you can reorganize them, yes or no, and you want them to be filterable, yes or no. If this is the case, just tick these options, and you also have the field type. So at the moment, it's a number range. As you can see, it goes from a certain amount to another amount, and you have the slider here that will help you to go from one to the other. So as you can see, you can narrow this down maybe from 30 right up to maybe a maximum of 35. So very easy to use indeed. And then when you're done with your settings, don't forget to click update. And that's it, all done already. Now let's go back to our attributes and let's create a new one now. And for this, we're going to click on add new. And let's create a new field. So let's say maybe location. So let's say this field will give your visitors the option to select maybe on-site and maybe online. So maybe it's a job that you can provide online, so remotely, or maybe you have to drive and actually go there physically to provide the work and do the job. So let's go ahead with this. So let's say this is location. And now we have to assign what type of field it is for both editing and searching. So let's allow front-end editing. We're going to select a field. So we're going to give the option or only the choice between two options. So it's either online or on-site. So you can select checkboxes. So checkboxes, you can select more than one option. So what we need basically is radio buttons. So we're going to click on this. If you click select a radio button, basically it's either A or B, but you can't select A and B. It's just one option. So radio buttons, this is the one we need. We're going to make it filterable, sortable as well. And we're going to select the radio button right here again, just like this. So before you can create any options, you have to publish first. So let's click publish. There you go. And as you can see, now we have an additional button here that says edit options. And now we are going to add our options. So click on this. And now we can create our two options from here. So we're going to put online, add, and then on site. Add option, just like this. So these are the two options we want to make available. So either online or on site. Now we can go back to our attribute now. Edit. And let's go back to our options here. And now just to finalize this, we can maybe add a small icon. So let's look maybe for something related to a map, maybe a map marker like this, just to see what your location should be. And now we can update our attribute. Now let's go back to our home page. So as you can see, this is what it used to look like. So if we refresh, we should normally see the location. And as you can see here, right here on the side, we have it. So we have the choice between on-site or online. So if you were to take this, it would only show online. And if you were to take this one, it's only on-site jobs. Okay, very good. And now that we've taken care of our attributes, tags, and categories, let's have a look at our listing. So these are all our listings, as you can see here on screen, quite a few of them. Now you can edit, just click on it, or you can create a new one. So let's just edit one for now. So as you can see, we have our title, we have our description here. We can select the category in which it should display. And then we have all the comments that were added to it. We have the vendor that listing the product. And you can mark this listing as verified and featured as well. If it is featured, you can even add date, specific date, so start and expiry date right here. So we can add an image to our listing. And the hourly rate, these are part of our attributes, obviously, you know. So what's your hourly rate? So let's say maybe $25 per hour. And then we have additional features here by the side. So again, we have the category in which we want it to display. We have our tags. So you can add as many tags as you want here. So these are basically keywords that will help you to get found. And then we have the new one that we just created here, location. So this would be maybe a service that you provide online only. So take this one. And then you have the availability as well. So 7 days notice, 1 day's notice, 3 days notice, or same day. So maybe you have, let's say 3 days notice. Let's select this one. And do you provide warranty? Is it a full warranty, limited warranty? And again, we have our featured image right there. And that's basically it for the listing. Once you're happy enough with what you have, click update. And there you go. That's our listing done. Very good. So next, let's take care of our vendors. So let's click on this. So as you can see, there's a list of all the vendors registered on our website. And let's start with the attributes. So basically, you have different ways of filtering the content. So by experience, availability, and hourly rate. So you can add again as many as you want, as many custom attributes as you want. So let's create one ourselves here. Maybe you want to know which language your vendors are speaking, just to make the negotiation easier. So let's add here language, and we're going to create a few settings here. So we're going to allow front-end editing, filterable and sortable as well. And we're going to select here a few different options. So we're going to go into this time, instead of radio button, we're going to get checkboxes. Click on this one. And the same here, we're going to select checkboxes. So in order to add some values, we have to publish now. And now we can create our options. So let's click on this. And now we can add. So let's add maybe English. Let's say Spanish. Let's say maybe French, Portuguese, No, that's not Portuguese, is it? Portuguese. There you go. And finally, one more, maybe Italian. Okay. So that's all we need. So there you go. We now have 5 languages added, and we can go back to our attributes now. And as you can see, language is part of our attribute. So we can go back to our website now and click on exports. And as you can see, we have languages here right there by the side of our web page. So we can click on any of them if you wanted to narrow it down to any of those languages. Now, because you selected checkboxes, you can select multiple languages. So maybe you speak multiple languages yourself. Maybe you do speak Spanish and Italian. Maybe you can select 2 of them. So that's very handy, isn't it? So there you go. This is for our attributes here. Now let's have a look at our vendors. So as you can see, they're all here listed one after the other. So you can add a new one or you can edit an existing one. So let's edit an existing one just for now. So let's click on this. So this is the name of your vendor. This is a short description. If you scroll down, you have a few different settings here. You can mark it as a verified vendor as well. And then we have the hourly rate. So let's say this person charges $35 per hour. And then by the side, we have all the different options here. So this is the new one we just created. So obviously it's not set up yet. So we have to select a language. So maybe that person speaks English and Portuguese. There you go. So what type of availability are they on? Maybe on demand, full-time or part-time. And then we have experience level, 2 to 5 years, 1 year, 10 plus, or 6 to 9. Now you can change this around again as much as you want, and customize them to make it your own and based on your own requirements. And then we have the featured picture here. So once you're happy enough, again, click update. And that's basically it for the vendors. And then next we have request and testimonial. So let's take care of our request first. So as you can see, if you click on request, you have all your requests here and you can set up different attributes as well. So let's click on attributes. And again, this is to help you to filter the content and narrow down the searches. So we have time range, budget, and due date. So let's have a look in the front end, what it looks like. So if I click on request, basically here by the side, these are our attributes. So we have budget, due date, and time range. And again, you can create as many custom attributes as you want, the same way we did it for the listing and the vendors. And finally, our last sections are the testimonials. So this is the list of our testimonials that are displayed on our homepage. So let me go back here and let's scroll down a little bit. So this is where they are. So right here. So as you can see, you can scroll left to right or right to left to display them. And these are the testimonials that we have in the backend. So this is Sandra Lockhart. And as you can see, this is the one here. And then the next one, we have Thomas Hinton. And this is Thomas Hinton here. So basically this is the content we have at the backend that's displayed in the front end. And you can easily edit this. So click on this one and you can change the picture, you can change the name, you can change the content and whatever options we have here as well. Once you're happy enough with the changes, click update and it should reflect in the front end the exact same way you've made those changes in the backend. And obviously, if you wanted to add more than 3 testimonials, just click add new and create a new one. Or you can also delete any of those testimonials, hover on top and send it to trash. So that's basically it for all the options in the backend, how you can set up your website with listing, vendors, testimonials, and requests. So we've taken care of everything here now. So let's take care of the appearance of our website and let's work on the front end. So basically what I'm going to show you now is how to change your logo here, how to change the color scheme to fit your own personal colors, how you can change this hero section here, how you can change the pictures and the heading here as well, and how to reorganize basically any of those sections because you might want to move them up or down depending on your own preferences. So let's go ahead with this. Okay, so let's start with our logo and the color scheme of our website. For this, we go back to our WordPress dashboard. We go into appearance and then customize. Click on this. And as you can see, we have a small pencil next to our logo. So click on this to edit the logo. And as you can see, this is the current logo that we have at the moment. So to replace this one, you can just remove it and then select a new logo. So you can upload your own logo here. Now, obviously, for your logo, for better result, it is preferable to have a clear background. So this is what we're going to do now. We're going to select a logo. So I'm going to upload a new file, select file, select your logo, as I said, with a clear background if possible. Click open. and then select. You can skip cropping, and there you go. Now it's been added to our website. So just click publish after this. And now that we've uploaded our logo, we can also add the site icon. So basically on the tab here, you can see there's a small logo next to the title of your website, a small globe. We can replace this with our own logo. So as you can see, we have a nice K here that represents our logo. So why not to use that? So as you can see, the ideal size should be 512 by 512. So let's select a site icon. We're going to upload, select file. And you might want to ask your graphic designer to provide you with a specific file just for this. And so there you go, 512 by 512, select file. Okay, and now that we have those two uploaded, let's go back to our website and let's refresh. So let's go back to our homepage. And as you can see, we now have our new logo and also our site icon displaying next to the title of our website. Now let's take care of our color scheme here. So let's go back to our settings here, customization, and we're going to go into colors this time. So click on this, and as you can see, we have your primary color, which is our green here, and then we have the background color, which is that faded pink here. So you might want to change and select a different color. So maybe you prefer blue. So let's select maybe a dark blue. There you go. And select this one, Control C, and we're going to paste it here as a secondary color as well. So Control V. Now we have two shades of blue, and then we're going to change the background color. So maybe you want a light blue. So let's go to blue again, and we're going to select a bright blue this time. So maybe something about this shade, maybe slightly brighter, just like that would be just about perfect. There you go. This is how you can change your colors very easily. Once you're happy enough with your selection of colors, click publish. Now let's go back to our front end and let's refresh once more. And now, as you can see, our new colors are showing up on our front end. Okay, very good. So now let me show you how to change those three pictures right here. So for this, we go back to our WordPress dashboard, and this time we're going to go into pages. And we're going to locate the home page, which is right here. And as you can see, if you hover on top, you have a few options. You have edit, quick edit, trash, and view. And what we want to click on is edit. We're going to edit this page. So click on that. And this is basically the content of our page. As you can see, we have a visual representation of our home page. So basically, to change those three pictures here, what we need to do is to click on set featured image. So click on that. And here we have filter media. Select upload it to this page. And as you can see, it is now displaying only three different pictures, which are the exact same pictures that we have here in the front end. So now we can select them and delete them. So select one, delete, okay. Do the same with this one, delete, okay. And again with the last one, delete and okay. And now we can select our file so we can upload our new pictures. So I went ahead and selected three pictures online. So click open. And now we have three new pictures. So set featured image, click update, or you can have a quick preview if you want to make sure before you save. So you can click preview and then preview in a new tab. And this is basically what our page looks like now. So absolutely fine. This is perfect. So we can go ahead and save. So click update and that's it. So now we can close this one here and refresh our actual page. So this is what our website used to look like. If we refresh, there you go. This is our website with the new pictures. And then to change your heading and subheading, simply go back to your page here. And then basically, if you click on any of those items, as you can see, you can hover on top and you can start typing the new text that you want, whatever it is, and you do the same for the heading and subheading. And again, don't forget to save. Once you're happy, click update. And this is basically how you can edit and customize any of the items on your home page. So as you can see, this item here, if you click on top, this is basically the listing tags, and it's set to 5 at the moment. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but you can increase that or reduce the number. So maybe you want to display 7 altogether. So as you can see, now we have 7. So if you click update, go back to your home page, refresh. Now we have 7 tags being displayed. So you can really tweak anything you want directly from this section here. So this is basically Gutenberg, which is the visual page editor that's built into WordPress. And from here, you can edit and change any of the sections and content on this page. So let's keep scrolling down. As you can see, if you click on top of this, this is called the listing categories. And again, you can change those settings right here. You can define how many columns you want to display and how many categories in total you want to display. So let's say if you want to reduce this to 3 columns, maybe now you only have 3 columns, and maybe since you have 3, maybe you want to display 9 in total. So as you can see now, we have 3 rows of 3 items. And then you can also define in which order you want to display them. So you could have them by name or by item count. So this is really up to you. But let's say you want to display them by name. Now, as you can see, they'll be displayed alphabetically. And then you can do the same with any of the sections on this page. So the next section here is our top experts. So if you click on this, as you can see, these are called vendors, and you can define how many columns you want to display, how many in total you want to display, and in which order you want to display them. So maybe by date registered, by name, or randomly. And again, you can change any of those titles. All you have to do is just click on it, and then you can start editing. So maybe our top experts. And then here you can have the heading and subheading as well. So as always, don't forget to click update for each and every changes that you make. So our next section here is the how it works section. So if you click on this again, you can change the content of this. So this is basically made out of 3 different columns. You have 3 icons. So if you click on this, you can change the icon itself. So as you can see here, it's a file medical. Maybe you want something else. So let's try maybe something like file alt. I don't know what that is. There you go. Maybe you want to change this one as well, and you can easily edit that. Then maybe change this for a brush or something like this. And then hover on top of this. Maybe instead of post a request or review offer or get it done, you can edit the text again simply by clicking on it and then typing the content that you want. Now, before we go to the next section, let me show you very quickly. So this is our section here. If I click on this, this is our main section, and you can move this around as well. So you have those 6 dots here, and then you can see there's a small hand appearing if you hover on top. This will allow us to drag and drop it somewhere else. So let's say I wanted this after the testimonials. I can just drag it and drop it right here, just like that. Now, as you can see, we will have the testimonials followed by the how it works. So it's really up to you. You can move things around just like that very easily, as you can see, or you can bring it back again. And maybe I want it to be before the testimonial. So I drag and drop it right here. So this is how you can move things around as well. So that's very handy and very convenient, as you can see. Our next section are the testimonials. So let's click on this. And again, here you have all the settings that apply to this section. So how many columns do you want to display, how many in total, and you want to display this as a slider. So let's go back to the home page here. And as you can see, it is indeed a slider at the moment. But if you were to disable this, and let's have a quick preview, I'm going to see that in a new tab. So if you disable this, it will simply display all the testimonials on top of each other like this. So it's just a matter of preferences. Again, it's really up to you. But I think it looks very nice as a slider indeed. So let's keep this as a slider for now. Let's click update. Okay, so let's have a look at our next section. So it is recent post. So basically these are part of the blog. So WordPress initially was designed as a blogging platform, which is still existent. So you can update and upload any content that you want related to blog. So let's go back to the WordPress dashboard. And as you can see, there's a section here that's called posts. So if you click on this, as you can see, you have a few posts here. And if you go back to our page editor here, you can see we have 2 posts being displayed. So how to find and hire the best event planner. And if you go to our post, as you can see, this is the last one right here, how to find and hire the best event planner. So basically, if you're going to create any post here, they will automatically display on your homepage right here. And with the date when it was published. So as you can see, this one was published on the 23rd of February, this one on the 18th, and so on. So basically, back to our post here, you can create a new one by simply clicking on Add New. So let me show you very quickly what it looks like. I'm just going to edit this one. It's very simple. All you need basically is to type in the title here, type in the content right there. And if you're going to post, you can also have your featured image. So the featured image, basically, it's what's going to display right there. So it's very important to have it, of course. And then once you're happy enough, click update, and that's basically it. So this is how you can add your post. And then we have our final section here, which gives us the option between being a freelancer or a customer on your website. So you can tweak this around again. As the moment it says, I need a job done, I am an expert. Maybe you want to tweak this around and rephrase that differently. And to do so, all you have to do basically is click on the line that you want to edit and then change the text here to fit your own requirements. And then we have our two action buttons here. So we have post a request and list a service. So let me show you from the front end. If you click on either of those, it will bring you immediately to the actual page required for this. So if you click on post a request, you will go straight to submit request with the form itself, which is super handy. And the same for list a service. If you click on list a service, it will bring you to the different categories. You select your category and then you can post in that category. So very easy to follow. Now you can change the content of the button, but you shouldn't change the link, obviously, because this is crucially important. So if you click on this, as you can see, this is the link attached to it. So submit request. So you keep the same, but now you can edit the text here if you want to. So you can change this and change and make it your own basically. But make sure not to edit the link itself. Just leave the link intact and just the way it is. And then you can do the same with this one here as well if you wanted to change that. And then again, once you're happy enough with the results, don't forget to click update. Okay, and now let's have a look at how we can change the menu section here and also our footer section here at the bottom of our page. So let's take care of this now. And for this, we go back to our WordPress dashboard. And from here, we're going to go to appearance, menus, and make sure you select the header menu. So this is the one here. Select this, click select, and there you go. And as you can see, we have home, services, requests, exports, and pages, which is the exact same on our home page. As you can see, home, services, requests, export, and pages. So maybe you want to get rid of this section here and the blog as well. Maybe you want to get rid of those two sections right there. So how do we do this? So very simply from here, click on the bulk select, tick that. And now we can tick all the pages we want to delete. So we don't need this one, that one, and tick all the pages that you don't need, that you want to get rid of. So basically just like that. And once you're happy enough, click remove selected items. So click on this. And there you go. Now we're left with just home, services, request, and export, which is basically all we need at the moment. So click save menu. There you go. And now if we go back to our home page and we refresh, as you can see, that's all we are left with. Home, services, requests, and exports. And you can do this the other way around as well. You can also add pages. So you can select among pages. As you can see here, you can view all. So these are all the pages that are on your website. You can even insert posts, custom links, or categories. So this is very easy. Now, if you go on top here, you can see you have screen options. And from here, you can extend the listing and the options and the features that you can display. So if you click on listing, vendors, request, tags, and categories, close this now. As you can see, those options have been added to our selections here. And now you can feel free to add anything you want literally from this section here. So let's just add a page now just to show you how to do this. Basically, if I was to add services here, add to menu. So there you go. Now you have your new page added to the list. Obviously, it's already here, but it's just to give you an example. Now you can move things around as well. As you can see, I can move them around. And you can use this indentation. If you drag it to the left, to the right, sorry, it will be like a sub-menu. So you have menu and then sub-menu. So if I was to save this now, let me show you very quickly in the front end. If we refresh that page now, as you can see, we have home, services, and then a sub-menu, services again. So that's basically how you can add a page or any element to your menu section. So let me remove this for now. So let's just click on this and that's it. Don't forget to save. And that's us done for the menu section. Now let's have a look at our footer section here at the bottom. So we're going to change our logo and I'm going to show you how to create your own links right there and change your social media icons here. So basically we go back to our WordPress dashboard and from here we're going to click on widgets. And from widgets, you can see this is all a list of widgets. We're going to select our footer. So click on this to expand. And as you can see, these are the 4 elements that are part of our footer here. So as you can see, we have our logo, services, blog, and social. And this is exactly what we have here, our logo, services, blog, and social. So we can easily edit any of those sections by clicking on them. So let's click on this. And as you can see at the moment, we have our logo, this image that says Expert Hive. So let's change this with our own logo. So you can click on it, click on the X to remove, and now we can add a new media. So we're going to select the logo we uploaded earlier on. So this one here, insert into pose. So there you go. Now if we click on the update, and if we refresh right here, as you can see, we now have our logo in the footer section as well. And you can change the text here. Obviously, you can type maybe a little bit about yourself, about a section. Now let's go and have a look at services, blog, and social. Okay, so let's start by tweaking our services section. As you can see, we have 3 different items: handyman, gardening, and renovation, which is exactly what we have here in the front end. So how can you change this? Very simply. So click on this. And as you can see, this is a navigation menu that is called services. So what we can do basically is go and open a new tab. You go into appearance, menus, and again, we're going to edit this menu that's called services. So make sure you select services, click select, and here are our 3 items. So handyman, gardening, and renovation, exactly like we have it here in the front end. So if you wanted to add any item, just like we did with the header, the main menu header, we can do the exact same here. So you can select any of those items here and add them to your menu section. So let's say if we wanted to add the category web designing, all you have to do basically is click on categories, tick web design, click add to menu, just like this, and you can reorganize them as well. So if you want it to be first, you can change the order as well, and so on, and then click Save Menu. And then if you go back to our home page here and refresh, you can see we now have web design as part of our services in the footer section. Now we have our blog section here. So this is a different type of widget. So if we go back to our page here and click on this, as you can see, this one is called categories. And this is taken from the blog. Basically, all our posts here that we have, blog posts, will be used to populate this widget here. So this is basically how this one works. And then we have our social links right here. So if you click on this, you will see this is again a navigation menu. So as you can see, this one is called social. So if we go back to our menu section here, we click on social, click select. And here we have 3 custom links. So basically, these will link to external pages. So instead of the hashtag, I could replace this with my channel. So this will link to my YouTube channel. So I just paste this here. And if I click save, now if I go to the home page and now refresh, normally if I click on YouTube, it should bring us to my YouTube channel. There you go. Very easy. Now, as you can see, this is bringing us outside the website. So we are leaving our website and straight to YouTube. So what we want basically is maybe to link this into a new tab. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So basically with this method, instead of leaving your website, when they click on YouTube, it will open that in a new tab. So basically for this, we're going to click on screen options here, and we're going to click on link target. So enable this. Now you can close that. Now if we go back to YouTube, you can select here, open link in a new tab. So tick this, click save menu, make sure it is saved, go back to your home page, let's refresh. And normally now, if I click on YouTube, it will open a new tab. And as you can see, it is opening a new tab for us, and we are not leaving the website. We can easily come back to it afterwards. So very handy indeed. And then we're left with those 2 links here at the bottom, terms of use and privacy policy. And again, these are menu items. So if you go back to your menu section, you have footer here, click select. And as you can see, these are the 2 pages linked to this menu section. Okay guys, so now I am almost certain that you want to monetize this website, you want to make money from it. So this is our last step now for our project. So for this, we're going to go back to our WordPress dashboard. We're going to plugins and we're going to add a new plugin. So click on this. And in the search box, type in WooCommerce, just like this. And we're going to install WooCommerce now. So this is the very first one here, as you can see. So click on this and start the installation. So this is going to take a few moments, depending on how fast your internet connection is. So there you go, almost there. And now we have to activate it. So click activate, and there you go. And now we get to the screen where we have to set up our store. So we can skip that altogether for now. Just skip this, say no thanks, and then we can close that window. And now that WooCommerce is installed, we can go back to Hivepress and it will have literally unlocked few settings for us. So if you go into settings, we go into vendors, and you will see here we now have commission rate. So basically you can set up your commission rate here, how much you're charging per sale. Okay, so let's say you want to charge 7.5% throughout the whole website. Just type 7.5, click save. And now you can also set specific commission rates per vendor. So if you go into vendors now and open any of them, edit any of those, let's say Frank Chapman here. If you scroll down the page, and this is where you can set up a personalized commission rate. So maybe Frank is one of your best vendors, so maybe you want to give him 12.5%. So just type the amount here, and then when you're done, click update to save. Now let's scroll down back a little bit again. As you can see, we even have statistics here. So you will be prompted every day or yesterday, last 7 days, over the last 30 days even, you can see the progress of Frank's sales. So then again, you can go back to this page and then you can edit this again. Maybe you want to lower this, maybe you want to increase that again. And you can modify this and customize it based on the evolution of your sales records. Now, by the side here, we can see we have an additional tab as well, which is called payouts. So from here, you can set up your payouts. So basically, when they've earned enough commissions and they request a payout, what method do you want to offer? So we can set this up as well. So let's go and click on methods. So from here, we can add a few methods. So let's start maybe with PayPal, which would be a common one. And as you can see, we have a minimum amount. So how much is the minimum amount before you can transfer money? So let's say maybe via PayPal, it's only $100. Add method. We can add Stripe maybe as well as a method, and maybe also 100. And then we could have bank transfer. So let's type here bank transfer. There you go. And maybe for bank transfer, you require maybe a minimum of $350 worth of sales, commissions before you can transfer the money. So let's add this, and there you go. And of course, you can always edit and make changes to your methods afterwards. So just hover on top and click on edit. And maybe now you're required to at least $500 worth of commissions before you can make payment via bank transfer. So you can change the amount here and click update. And then you can go back to your categories, and that's it. That's us done for this. Okay, so let me show you how this works. So if you click on my account, you'll end up to your dashboard, and you can see we have $870 worth of commissions here. So we can request an amount of $123, for instance, via PayPal. And then we enter our PayPal email address that's linked to our PayPal account. And then we click submit request. And there you go. Our request has been submitted. Now we can go back to our dashboard and go to the payouts. And as you can see, our payout now is pending. So there you go. Very simple, isn't it? Now we go back to the dashboard, WordPress dashboard. And from here, we're going to go to payouts. And as you can see, now it is showing up in our backend. So we can edit this, check all the details. And once the payment is done, click publish. And once it is published, it means it's been accepted and processed. As you can see, it's confirmed, post-published. So let's go back to our website as a user now. If we click on my account, as you can see, our payout now has been completed and processed. Now, there are a few other methods that you can use to monetize your website and the content on your website. So at the moment, what we installed, what I just demonstrated to you, was the marketplace. So this is how you can build commissions and payouts with your customers and vendors. Now, you can also have bookings. You can also have paid listings and even memberships. So feel free to use any of those additional features to generate money from your website.